Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the Rocket League Championship Series. You're watching the European Regional Championships, where we finally found out the 4 North American teams and the 4 European teams who will be advancing to the World Championships June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th at the Wiltern in Los Angeles. Remember, get your tickets now, rlcs.gg. That's rlcs.gg, super simple. Also a bunch of stats and info on the Rocket League Championship Series there. If you're a new viewer, definitely check that out as a primary resource. My name's Axel Toss here, joined by Gibbs and James Bott. I'm already ready to pack it up and go, but not really, because what an amazing series we just saw. Flipside Tactics barely advancing over Resonant to get a spot in the World Championships and also advance to the next round in the single elimination bracket. So they're going to be playing again in a little bit. But first, we're going to be seeing the top side of the bracket that you see on your screen, Northern Gaming versus Mocket Esports. So our final 4 European teams in the European region, Northern, Mocket, Flipside, Leftovers. A lot of people would have guessed probably 3 of those, the Leftovers being that one exception that took a lot of people by surprise.
We've had 2 incredible series so far. Personally, I needed much longer than a 5-minute break after that last series because that was insane. But yeah, we have our 4 teams now. We know who's going. Now they're playing for Season 4, a league play spot, plus the top seeds. You don't want to play NRG. Like, you don't want to finish 4th and have to play them early. I feel like every other European team would be like, I can take any of the other, like, 2 through 4. No one wants to play that #1 squad, though, from North America.
Yeah, NRG, they showed how dominant they were yesterday, but Gibbs, I'm still recovering from that Flipside series. I just need to go and, like, take a shower and just relax for a little bit, because that was, wow.
Fortunately, there's no time for that because we got more Rocket League matches. Regional Championship, very important tournament for all these teams. Prize money, qualification, spots in the next season. So great to see Flipside being able to come back, show that resolve, and actually advance in the bracket and stay alive in Season 3 of the Rocket League Championship Series. But let's talk about this next match and look at the rosters, because we got Northern Gaming, one of those titans in Europe, your #1 seed from league play, going up against Mocket, who just took down Gale Force. A lot of people considering that an upset, but not Gibbs.
No, of course not. You know. Team captains, though, Remco and Mystic. Cheer on your favorite teams, guys, your favorite players as well. But honestly, like, this is a revenge game for Mystic. He had a great LAN, and the Northern Game is like, I think we can do better with Devo, so they replaced Mystic for Devo. But Mystic showing up again when it counts the most, and now he's got a chance to take down his former teammates.
Yep, and this season, he showed him how much he's worth getting that clutch playmaker, being the lead assister in Europe. But it's going to be another tough series. The Mocket in the regular season, they lost 3-1 to Northern as well. And it was another series in which Fairy Peak did not perform. So if Fairy Peak plays like he did in the last series, I think we're going to be for a lot closer of a match.
Let's take a look at some statistics of a couple of these players you guys mentioned. Devo, here's some stats from him, up against Mystic there from Mocket Esports.
And this is exactly what Northern Gaming wanted. They wanted to replace Mystic, bring in Devo, who's kind of just being a jack of all trades with goals and assists. And like, honestly, Mystic has improved so much, or at least has the ability to show what he has with this Mocket squad, compared to when he was on Northern and he was just that 3rd man sitting back. But on the Northern Gaming squad, all 3 of them are so strong.
Absolutely. Northern Gaming, we saw them Season 1 and Season 2, both finished 3rd in the world. So these guys, with the addition of Devo, are arguably even more scary. So Devo has been a big factor for the success of Northern this season.
Yeah, this team oozing with history. Devo, relatively new addition, but one of my personal favorite players. Just he can make a play at any moment, make all those highlight reels. So I'm definitely looking out for him. But should be a close match. Mocket taking a lot of people by surprise by taking out Gale Force. So if people are thinking, all right, Northern Gaming, they're going to win no problem, maybe calm down a little bit. If we've learned anything can happen here at the Rocket League Championship Series. But guys, more thoughts on Northern, because this is a team that has so much experience, especially in a LAN environment. Obviously, both these teams already into the World Championships. What makes Northern Gaming so good?
It's all 3 players, and that's the problem here. Is this is such a big playoff for them because they won't have Maestro for LAN, so they need to really step up and try and get the best possible seed to have their sub come in, Turbo, who's also pretty good, but he's no Maestro. So they need the best possible seed to put them in the best spot to try and make a run, and so it's very important for them throughout these 2 games coming up for them.
Yeah, but maybe if there's enough begging, that Maestro will come play. I'm still holding out hope. But Northern Gaming, right now, they're going to put their whole starting lineup out, I believe, because they really want this Season 4 spot. Again, whoever wins this series will be guaranteed a spot in Season 4 league play. So Northern Gaming, historically, a top team in the world, finishing third both times, but also the second best team just behind Flipside. And they're going to have to defend that title here against a surging Mach-It team who won their last series over Gale Force, who was one of those teams that we also thought was a top 4 team.
All right, guys, we are moments away from getting into this first semifinal of the European Regional Championships. It's prediction time. Who do you got, Northern Gaming or Mach-It?
We've seen 2 incredible series so far. I expect a third. It's going to go all the way to 7, but I have Northern Gaming here. I think their defense is slightly better. It's 2 high-powered offenses going against each other. But again, Fairy Peak showed up. So if he can continue that trend, Mach-It can definitely take the series, but I'm going to give it in 7 to Northern.
So you are finally getting off this Mach-It train.
No,
right
Mach-It is still going to win land, but they'll lose here. It's just part of the road.
You know, all right, Gibbs. Well, I also have faith in Northern here. Remco Maestro combo, too strong, and then Devo is so sick. These guys are going to show that they're a top team in Europe by taking down Mach-It and securing that auto bid into Season 4.
I have Northern Gaming as well. Looked really strong throughout the entire season, especially the last week of the season, the most recent competition for these guys in the RLCS before this weekend. So I think Northern Gaming is going to make it through here. What do you think? Let us know. Join the conversation on Twitter. Use the hashtag RLCS. If your tweet is cool enough, we might feature it on the stream. So look out for that. But it's time to advance into the first semifinal of the day. It's Northern Gaming versus Mach-It. With the commentary is Wave, Punk, and Lawler. Take it away, guys.
Thanks so much, Axel Toss. Northern versus Mach-It. A spot in Season 4 on the line, a spot in the European Finals, the regional finals on the line, and also a grudge match here for Mystic. So many different storylines as we come into this match. How you doing, Lawler?
Doing fantastic, and that's the big one, like you said right there. Mystic and that grudge match, having to go against some of his old teammates. He's got something to prove here, and he showed a little bit of taste of that last series he played, so hopefully he's not all out of the tank yet.
Yeah, no, Mach-It came out with guns a-blazing in their first series against Gale Force, and they look to continue that here. Again, we talked about how Maestro, they talked about it on the desk, how Maestro most likely not going to be at LAN, and it could be easy to kind of feel like, well, then what's the point if we can't win LAN? But at this point in this match, you win here, you immediately qualify for Season 4. So much on the line here in these semifinals for the first time ever. And it was fun to see that we get to see Mystic facing off against Northern, who picked up Devo. They cut Mystic and they picked up Devo at the end of the last season. And he gets a chance here to knock them out and be like, no, you do not get to go into Season 4 immediately. You have to play in the qualifiers. We get in. You should have stuck with me.
Well, I mean, with their new addition in Devo, he really has been that difference maker. So many times we've seen Northern Gaming call him up just short to those gatekeepers of Flipside, who, congratulations to them, that series was insane.
That was nutty.
But this seems to be the season and the difference maker with Devo to where they can really solidify themselves as the best team. Last season they were so close, they made it to the final play or the final game of the regionals against Flipside and lost and got demolished. But they have a chance really to put themselves forward. Is Devo the difference maker? Let's find out.
Yeah, Northern Gaming, having lived in Flipside shadow for 2 seasons now, this is the best opportunity they have had to break through and be the #1 team in Europe. We'll see if they can do it here. They got to get the win here over Mach-It first. We got Northern Gaming in the blue, Mach-It in the orange here on DFH for game number 1. And it'll be Mystic pushing it up into the corner. K-Dot picks it up after the carry from Devo. And Remco with the counter clear. Trying to connect with the Devo up in the orange corner. But Mystic with a hard clear, back down into the blue. Devo will set up in goal as K-Dot takes a loft pass to the net. He'll clear it back out to midfield. K-Dot ends up with ball control before being demoed by Devo. And this will give Northern Gaming positional control. They'll pick it up in the corner, pinch it off, and it'll finally wrap all the way into the dead orange space, and this will see Northern Gaming with their first chance on offense.
Well, you saw Mach-It do it with their last series they had to play today. Aggressive play style coming out very early. Bumps trying to clear out that last man on defense or remove him from the play altogether with a demo.
Ooh.
But almost sneaking
Maestro?
it in as Devo.
Maestro going to almost get the second tap. Remco lurking in the midfield. He'll move up, wrap it around. As Devo had a nice pass into the middle. Doubled as a shot opportunity. Oh dear, Devo missed that. He thought Remco had it. Bit of confusion there, but Devo to Remco now up on the offense. K-Dop over to the side. Devo on the wall, back into the middle. Maestro on the far side, looks to put it back. It'll bounce off the wall. Soft touch from Fairy Peak, but neither Devo nor Remco felt like that was something they could work with. Now K-Dop into the corner. Here comes the shot from Mystic. It'll go wide. Fairy Peak will send it to the side. And now Maestro will dribble back. Here's Northern Gaming on the offense once more.
Northern Gaming showing what they do best. You see Remco on the back there, doesn't contest it whatsoever, lets the man take his touch, completely draws him out of the play, able to then bring it back down to the other side of the field with control with his team, and then able to be fully boosted and allow for that attack to happen. But as soon as it doesn't work, again, backing off, spreading the field, and then get ready for that second attack.
Fairy Peak and Mystic in the corner. Maestro takes a shot towards the net. Blocked away by K-Dop. Remco with the follow-up, and Fairy Peak this time with the save. Multiple shots coming out from Northern Gaming, but nothing that the Maka defense can't handle here. So we reach halftime in game number 1. Fairy Peak flying through that one. He will miss Maestro. K-Dop 50-50. That'll go in favor of Maestro. Devo with the follow-up shot, and Mystic to play it over to the side. 2:20 left to go here in game number 1. Still scoreless. So we've got our semifinals underway. Fairy Peak and Devo. Pinch out to the middle. K-Dop get the first touch over the top of Maestro. Remco and Maestro are going to slow this down a bit. Draw out Mystic. Maestro will screen for Devo, and now Remco in the air to take the pass into the middle from Maestro. What a play from Northern Gaming. The demo from Devo opening up some space, but good rotations from Mystic and Fairy Peak blocking the pass from Northern Gaming.
Or that setup play as well from Northern Gaming was fantastic. All three elements played. Back pass and a demo, covering all aspects to it. Unfortunately for them, they had 2 brick walls in that defensive market to get through. Doesn't pay off, but making sure to cover every element they can.
Remco dropping this one into the orange corner. Uncontested, Mystic and Fairy Peak will move it back into the blue. Now Devo picks it up off of the touch from Fairy Peak where he lost control. Now K-Dop able to push this one back down. Fairy Peak with a nice shot, but Maestro with the save. It was probably going to hit the post anyways. But solid defensive position to put it back in the corner. K-Dop lofted in front of the net. Will be able to put that one in. There's our first goal of the semifinals.
Finally able to sneak one through from Mock, and you see Remco trying to play that up to Remco, but not able to get up there in time. Maki gets to it first, plays it back inside, an immediate response. Taking almost a full 4 minutes to get this first goal in game number 1.
I just want to point out there is a red, white, green, and purple tachyon boost in this lobby right now.
It's a really pretty boost.
It is, dude, this is a gorgeous lobby right now. You got to see all 3 of them, or 3 of the 4
it's an
in that
expensive lobby.
Yeah. This Remco and Devo, great coordination there on their cars. Just perfect. Devo to play this one down. Cross the line. Fairy Peak to push it back out. Mystic misses the touch on the wall, but no immediate contest from Northern Gaming. We'll leave it in the blue corner. Also a whiff from Remco. Now Devo picks it up. Only baited out Fairy Peak. Maestro with an opportunity to drop this one down. Could Devo finish it? He lofts it high, but it moves farther down the field than Remco was anticipating. This will see Mock it back up on offense.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, he had a good touch trying to flick it back up and set up for his teammate, but got bumped from behind, and that extra force pushed it downfield. So good job by Mock getting aggressive still.
Oh, there's an opportunity for Maestro. Takes a nice long shot from midfield. Blocked away by Fairy Peak, but it drew out 2 defenders. Remco back into the middle. Maestro will fall back. 10 seconds left here in game number 1. Very quiet first game, but only 1 goal so far. Here's the opportunity for Northern Gaming to tie it back up. Maestro in the air, drops it across. Remco to try and take a shot, pushes it through the box. Can he get it over the top? The backflip, maybe? Yes, he puts it in. The buzzer beater. We go to overtime.
You want to talk about patience and composure? Look at this play. Remco forces his way through, and then in a situation where it should have never went down, he actually just covers out the angle, and then they get an own goal out of it? Are you kidding me?
That was one of the, I think it was Remco that put that in.
Remco, K-Dop went to pinch it, but he put himself in a position so it pinched back into his own net. If K-Dop would have just let it settle, it wouldn't have gone in.
Sure, that was one of the most legitimate backwards goals I've ever seen. And Devo with the upside down shot from the corner. We got a tie game here. Next goal will win game number 1. As Devo tries to push this one away. Remco on the side. Oh, K-Dop will pick this one up in the middle. 1v1. Maestro in the air first. We'll get all of that one straight down the field, and Mystic in the air will play it away. Game has been kind of slow for most of regulation, but has heated up here in the very end. As soon as the clock hits 0. Now Northern Gaming. Ball lofted to Maestro. Uncontested into the corner. Devo gets above Mystic to put it back into the box. It'll be K-Dop trying to dribble this one. Remco shuts him down. Over to Devo. Back out to Remco. The pass. Maestro was not far enough upfield to pick that one up as Remco played it towards too close to the box. K-Dop will take a shot from midfield. Slow enough Remco able to save. And the first minute of overtime gonna come and go. Still battling here, K-Dop over the top of everybody, though. That will do it. Just 1 second over the 1 minute mark, and Mocket has the win in game 1.
K-Dop, arguably one of the best 1v1 players in this lobby, and you see him put it to use there. Gets a demo, solos it out, fakes one, pops it over the other, and secures a win for his team. That MVP play yet again from K-Dop.
Yep, continuing to make the case during the playoffs of why he is the European MVP. K-Dop getting the win there. Both goals from Mocket coming from K-Dop. 5 shots and 3 saves. Working all sides of the field here. It's Northern Gaming, the valiant effort at the buzzer beater to tie up the series, or tie up the game, but still, Mocket able to do it in overtime.
I mean, technically, K-Dop scored that goal, too. I mean, technically.
So you're saying K-Dop's like, no one's scoring any goals in this lobby but me. So I have to do this. Yeah, no, that was very often when you see backwards goals, I feel like they're kind of unintentional. Yeah. They're like, I'm gonna flip my car around and just hit it that way because I have the time to do it. That was one of the first times I saw Remco like, oh, I'm gonna position myself, and then the only option I have here is to back up into the ball. Really well done there at the buzzer beater, but able to break through the rotations. K-Dop gets the win, and now Northern Gaming, game 2, gonna look to bounce back.
Yeah, a lot of it just has to come down with, like you said, they were kind of slow in the midfield. As soon as they started ramping up, it opened up some space for Mocket, and that's where they really punished. That's where Northern Gaming does a good job. When they take that pace, slow it down, really controlled, and then start to move around the field. And that's when they switch from that slow pace on defense to really quick counterattacks with Devo. You saw a couple times as well when Devo was up on offense, rather than rotating back, he actually swooped in, went for boost, and went to cut off that last rotation, and then put himself in a position again up on offense, and it was fantastic. Unfortunately, not able to find the back of the net.
We will see how they move forward in game number 2 here. Good, solid ball control on both sides. I didn't see one side having too much control, or it was more who was able to make it work, who was able to make their passes connect, and then some last-minute nerves that gave Northern Gaming an opportunity in overtime. But so far, the defensive rotations from Mocket mostly on point. Northern Gaming giving them a little bit of space, and Maestro will miss that. Devo needs to bail him out here. He'll play that one back into the middle, but here comes the follow-up from Fairy Peak. Can Mystic get the final shot back on top? We'll see if K-Dop comes in. He rotated far back, and so he'll hang back. He'll be able to pick up the clear, though, and immediately put Mocket back up on offense. And it'll be Mystic to Fairy Peak in the middle. What an angle from Fairy Peak to be flying laterally and then immediately be able to move straight up. It's K-Dop and Mystic. What a nice touch off the roof towards the goal. K-Dop's shot is wide. Right now, Northern Gaming almost resigned to like ball chasing defense because of the speed at which Mystic and company are passing this ball laterally in the blue. Finally, we see Northern Gaming up on offense. We'll see if they can connect on any passes, get a goal here.
I mean, a lot of it had to do with just Mocket's pure pressure. They were not doing literally anything but just hitting the ball. There was no real control.
Oh, Mystic with the save. A beautiful shot from Devo, but Mystic clears it away. Still scoreless in game 2.
Yeah, with Mocket up on offense, they weren't even trying to do anything with it. Just as soon as that ball was able to be touched, they ran in and hit it. And that constant pressure, eventually, even though it doesn't lead to a goal, still keeps these guys on their back foot, and they're getting boost control out of it and keeping these guys on that back line. But Northern Gaming, yet again, a fantastic job clearing it out of their zone and keeping that goal safe.
Beautiful loft from Remco, but just nobody follows up from Northern Gaming, and that gives it to Mocket. We're back in the blue. Maestro will pop this one high over Mystic and see if he can get it past 2. Plays it past Fairy Peak. What control from Maestro, but he's got to play it high. K-Dop gets the read. Remco will pop it down. Maestro into the corner. We'll see if he can set it up with Devo. Fairy Peak will meet it first. Interrupt. Devo will fall back on defense now. The 1v2. Mystic trying to carry it over the top. Gets it past Devo, but Remco in the back. That's 3 players from Mocket. Can Devo get it up to Remco? They're going to try and fly this one down the field. You know Mocket's low on boost. K-Dop will be able to pick it up in the corner, but Remco still with the opportunity to set it up. He'll miss it on the wall, and then that'll leave it with Devo and Maestro in the midfield. Still an open net here. Fairy Peak will play it away. Still scoreless in game number 2. As these teams playing defensively, playing smart, wanting to get that berth into the finals.
Yeah, Mocket doing a really good job of reading these setup plays from Northern Gaming. You see them up in the air, high flying, but coming off that back wall to shut it down, as that's normally where Northern Gaming gets their goals.
Ooh,
as one's
Remco
sneaking in.
Over the top, able just to get the dunk right in front of the net, and that puts Northern Gaming up.
Devo plays it into the corner inside, and unfortunately Mystic with the touch that ends up going straight up and hitting that ceiling. It bounces right back down. Remco the first to make the touch on it. They go up by 1. We're just over halfway through this game number 2. is Northern Gaming trying to tie up the series.
Similar storyline to game number 1, but this time flipped around. Northern Gaming with the 1-goal lead at halftime. Remco will send this one high. Devo looks to back pass, take it away from K-Dot, but this one more just going to work out in Mocket's favor than anything else. That demo on Devo in net opens up some space for Mocket. They'll get the fortunate spawn on the far side, so Devo will fall into rotation easily. And Remco will rotate into net. Go for the clear here, straight down the field. Maestro looks to follow it up, but Fairy Peak closer on the play. Scare off most of the Northern Gaming players. Good block there by Maestro on the wall to keep this play going. Remco in the air, plays it, passes onto the backboard, but K-Dop, what a play to get that one off the wall and then dribble it around on the wall. Straight back into the blue. Mocket's back up on offense. Here comes the shot from Fairy Peak. It goes wide, just barely off the post. And Remco now with ball control, trying to dribble past. K-Dop will tackle. Good read in the midfield. And now it's back to the midfield line.
Now you see the way he made that play as well. Remco tried to do a technique that you don't really see too often, simply because it's not the most conventional, but it is very tough to read. He went for that dribble, he put it on top of his car, and then he started to turn to the left as a 180. He didn't actually like rotate with an air roll, and then he was gonna backflip it because it makes it just odd to see. Plus it puts a ton of power. Fortunately, it gets read out, and the contest, one after another.
Nope, that's not going to happen. The pass plays, they let it get on the backboard, and then it was just all up to Remco, not able to block it all out himself. After that 50-50, it was just a matter of time before Mocket puts it in and tied up the game.
Mystic popping off, just all over the field making plays. That contest room completely shutting down that clear and able to set up the rest of his team. All tied up, like you said, yet again. Very, very similar to game number 1.
Just a minute left to play here as well. Regulation before we'll go to overtime. Maestro, with an opportunity, got baited in by the screen from Mocket. And now Remco to play this one down. See if he can possibly pass to Devo off the pinch on Mystic. Maestro will play this one off the wall. A good loft in the midfield to get it away from Mystic, but I don't think either of the other Northern Gaming players were ready for it, and Mocket was positioned well to push this one down. Now they in the midfield, 30 seconds remaining. See if they can finish this one off. Good movement back out. Maestro with an opportunity. The fake's in net, but Fairy Peak will clear it away as the final 20 seconds approach. It'll be Devo. Over to the side, Mystic downfield. Touches the backboard, no follow-up. Now this one just lofted in the midfield. Nobody really making a press to try and win this in regulation. Here will come a shot from Mystic off the backboard, uncontested. K-Dop in position, had an opportunity. Fairy Peak will carry this one around, but then shut down by Maestro. Devo will look to kill this one. And Mystic and K-Dop, they'll let it touch. We'll go to overtime, game 2.
Unfortunate for Maestro at the end as well, trying to get across to make that touch, but as he was rotating to get that side boost, he realized he wouldn't have been the first one to get to the ball, so he stops, rotates back in, just doesn't have enough to make the shot as he puts one on net there. Beautiful
Pace on that ball, but well defended from Mocket. So we've been to overtime in games 1 and 2 now. These teams playing so closely, trying to get into the grand finals and get that berth into season 4. So Fairy Peak looks to pass that around. 50-50 in the corner. Mystic back passes to K-Dop. But the tackle from Devo will push it across the midfield line. Now Maestro onto the backboard. Mystic looks to shoot it away. Cleared off the wall. Remco misses in the corner. That'll leave it with Maestro. Push it back around. Last overtime we saw, it was K-Dop who finished it off. See if he can do it again. Or if Northern Gaming can bounce back and get a win here. That demo from Remco opened up some space. Fairy Peak is loose in the air. Devo will set it across, but Maestro not in a position to finish it off before the spawn came back in and Maka had a full roster again. And it'll be Fairy Peak now pushing this one out. Mystic and support in the midfield. They'll get it over 2 players. It's just Maestro in the back right now. Remco rotates in behind, but Mystic had fallen back. It'll be K-Dop. He'll look to pass to the midfield again. Mystic comes in to play it away. Misdirection. Fairy Peak in the middle. Devo carries it across the net. Breaking up the pass from Mocket. Now loose in the midfield. Remco needs to be careful in the back. The challenge for Mystic to come through, but he hung all the way on his own backboard. It's allowed Northern Gaming to push up. They bait in one, and now they move back out. 1:30 left, or 1:30 past here in overtime because the clock now counts up. That's how it works. And the next goal will win.
Remco doing a fantastic job as well on that challenge. He baits out the flick. We talk about a lot of times when you're one-on-one versus someone, you want to contest them early so it forces them to make a flick or an attack or something to get rid of that ball.
Remco dropping that one off the backboard uncontested. Maestro will finish it off, and that's Northern Gaming tying up the series 1 game apiece.
Fantastic play coming out. Devo getting up early and just a subtle touch back inside. You see Remco coming from the complete opposite side of the field and playing that as well with a soft touch into the middle of the field as well. And just not able to get that touch on Mockit. It sneaks underneath with a shot.
Yeah, letting that ball bounce off the backboard, Maestro will be able to push it past whatever defender you want. It's an easy situation for him to read and to shoot well. And that'll give Northern Gaming the lead here. Very, very even games so far between Northern Gaming and Mockit. A lot of fun to watch these guys try to work through, and it has been very defensive. Both teams kind of locking it up on the defense, and they have to work very difficult, very hard. Very difficult.
It's very difficult.
It's very difficult for them to find ways around the defense. They have to just getting it on the. If it is a victory, just to get it uncontested onto the backboard.
That was the most rap god I have ever seen. You're like, you know.
I don't know.
But no, yeah, it's right. Like, these guys are playing very defensive. It's something that Northern Gaming does fantastic. They don't have stats-wise very good. That's not a good sentence.
Man, we're 0 for 2 right now.
Stats-wise aren't that great.
Sure.
For Northern Gaming when it comes to the offensive side of the field. Got it. But it's because of the way they play their defense. They sit there, wait for opportunities, and then counterattack. So their chances are few, but they usually make them count. And it's a lot of the mistakes that these defenses are making. You saw it at the end there and how they were able to sneak in that last goal. They played it up, beat out 2 defenders in the air, and then it was just one last touch. That was in a goalie that had no chance of saving it. So those big defensive mistakes, if they can make those up a little bit sooner, then you're going to have a little bit more opportunity to rotate back.
Sure, both teams playing kind of the midfield defense, looking for the counter plays, and they'll push up, but not fully committing all 3 players to offense because the defense has been so tight. So you'll see low-scoring games. But then again, every time I've been like, yeah, we'll see another low-scoring game here, they just light it up and we have a Brazil or something. So we'll see what happens. You never know. Flipside almost got beat by Resonant earlier. Anything can happen. And Maestro will look to pass that one in, try to take a shot, but it goes wide. And here comes Devo off the backboard. K-Dop does not make contact, but Fairy Peak will bail him out. As you saw there, they had an actual uncontested backboard opportunity, but both the other players had fallen back, playing defensive, playing safe, wanting to make sure they make it into the finals. Another open backboard. This time Maestro with the dribble plays, tries to bump K-Dop after losing ball control, but K-Dop will wait patiently, pick it up himself, and try to get to Fairy Peak. Both Remco and Devo up for that one. This will be an opportunity, but so far Fairy Peak and company not able to capitalize.
Well, for those that are just joining us, this is a best-of-7 tied up in the series 1-1. Even though these guys are both guaranteed going to the LAN in June, they're trying to secure a spot in Season 4, winner-take-all. As Devo plays that outside to Remco, settles back inside as Mystic's going to play this downfield to K-Dop.
Yep. Top 2 spots from each region secure a spot in Season 4. So winning here in the semifinals guarantees you a top 2 finish.
Indeed it does, Wave. Indeed it does.
You're playing for that as well as the $10,000 and the title of being the regional champion for Europe. Maestro and Devo both up for that. Difficult to read, but Mystic does it anyways. And now K-Dop plays one back down to Fairy Peak. Bounce off the ceiling and around in the corner. Remco able to clear it away. Devo loose on the landing, which will give time for Mystic to pass up to K-Dop. Remco, fortunately for Northern Gaming, getting in the way of that one. Could have been a very scary situation, but Maestro, the speed, makes contact before Fairy Peak does, and Northern Gaming strikes first.
Look at the way Maestro plays this as well. Just takes his time with that touch. Doesn't wait for the contest, completely focuses, okay, he's going to miss this aerial. How do I need to play this? He's self-aware of the player that's attacking him. Make sure to cut that angle back and right towards the net. Yeah, good decision making.
Him turning in guarantees he touched the ball before Fairy Peak did. They were both kind of going for the same vertices point. They were in a cross path at the same moment, so cutting in meant he made contact first. And Maestro gets the first point on the board here for Northern Gaming.
Miss him at land.
Yeah, right? It's going to be rough.
He's so good.
Turbo will be great, though.
No offense to Pierre or anything, but he's not Maestro.
Dude, Turbo's great. Turbo's family's amazing at land. Devo doing crazy stuff here. Sets it out to Maestro. Uncontested on the backboard. Maestro misses off the corner. Now Devo to try and play this one back down. Do you remember the first LAN? Turbo's family had like Turbo's dad and Turbo mom shirts and stuff. They were really cool.
Yeah, I think his sister was there. And
what a save.
A lot of
Devo playing that one over to the side as K-Dop took a shot in the midfield. Got a good read. Maestro with a shot. What a play there. Just to redirect that one. Now with 2:17 left to go. Again, low-scoring game here between Northern Gaming and Mocket. Devo to play this one down, follows his own touch off the wall. Such a beautiful play. Now Northern Gaming up by 2.
Exactly the reason why they brought in Devo. They saw him doing this all last season, going up high, flying, and following up his own touch, able to put that in. Beautiful shot from Devo.
Dude, that beautiful car. That boost perfectly matches that decal.
I want that 20XX so bad.
That is amazing. And now the largest lead we've seen in the series, 2-0. Before now, the largest we'd seen was 1. Devo will steal it off the hood of Mystic. Fairy Peak, K-Dop, we're all playing aggressive. Now Mocket hanging in the back watching this one, and Northern Games just like, we'll just watch you play. I don't know what you're doing in the corner there, but yeah, we got the 2-goal lead. We're not going to move out. Again, both teams playing very defensive. Devo challenged there. Remco will pass up. K-Dop will take a loft downfield. This should be an advance for Mocket. Remco isn't airborne soon. It'll be Maestro who puts it back down, and then Mystic with the counter clear. Remco. Fairy Peak will try to put it back into the box. Mystic looking to just barely touch it into the goal. With the near miss. 1:18 left to go. Still a 2-goal lead right now for Northern Gaming. They're having to play some defense, but so far nothing has been out of the ordinary. No shots have really been that deadly yet from Mocket in Game 3.
A lot of it has been a lot of leading the charge has been Maestro, putting 4 shots on net.
Ooh.
Still making quite a few crucial saves. Just need to be careful on how many they're commit to this one side, as all 3 of them come up that same line.
What? Oh, what a dunk from Remco. The clear looked good from K-Dop. He got a savior medal, but Remco just slams the door.
You see K-Dop trying to play this around, reading that bounce really well. It looked like he wanted to take that touch one more and then flick it up high and over to his teammate. But Remco saw it the whole way, able to get up front, dunk it like you said, even though he gets that savior medal. The kickoff going over in favor of Mystic, as it's going to drop down. Fairy Peak first one to it, playing it inside.
Oh, Fairy Peak to K-Dop into the box. Can they finish this one off? That play turned around so fast, as Devo had honestly given Fairy Peak a great opportunity to score right in front of his own box, but then they fly it back down the field. The rough clear. Now K-Dop, can he finish this off on the corner? 2 players commit for that. Fairy Peak has an opportunity, but Maestro, so quick to the air, wins the 50-50, and Northern Gaming pushes it out. 3-0 lead in the final 30 seconds. They'll take Game 3, and Mocket will have to look to bounce back, as Northern Gaming has looked the best they have all series right now.
Trying to make sure they're 1 game away. If they get that next win, they're on match point. We talked about the implications earlier. Absolutely huge for these guys. But Northern Gaming has really changed it up. As you stated, it's just they seem to be reading this Mocket defense really well. Once that play style and that pace of the game has really suited them, they're really punishing the opportunity. They have so much time to just sit back and really read out, like, okay, when's Mocket going to go? Okay, they're going now, let's go attack. And they face it head on, and it's paying off.
Dude, look at them going for the morale breaker right now. 0's on the clock. There's no way Northern loses this game. Still going aggressively for the goal. They'll take the win here. And the most poignant moment of the game for me was the moment where we saw the ball in the orange corner. All 3 Mocket players kind of crowded into that corner, which is about the worst defensive position you can have. And Northern Gaming patiently waiting on their own side of the field, just watching, saying, we are playing defense. We are going to guarantee you do not score here because we've got the lead, and we're just going to turtle up. Very effective turtling here as they're able to get the win.
I mean, there's 2 very beneficial reasons for doing that. 1, clock management. It wastes an absolute ton of time. 2, you get all the time in the world on their end to basically see what they're doing. Okay, if you're going to dribble down on the right field, all right, I'm going to go meet you there. Even if you decide to pass it, that 50-50 is only going to benefit us, because in order for you guys to back that up, you have to give him a position to move into. So as soon as they contest that and the ball gets pinched out, you already have 2 defenders that are still back on defense, still able to, as a worst-case scenario, play it. Plus, all they want is a big clear in the first place. Kill that time, and it works out perfectly. Northern Gaming is
it's really interesting to look as well. If you look at the scoreboard, the stats very, very similar. 5 saves to 6 saves, 9 shots to 7 shots. Northern leading on the shots and being behind on the saves. But you look at the scoreboard, you would expect the scoreline to be very, very similar. But no, so much more effective play from Northern Gaming, as they are making the most out of every offensive opportunity and really playing closely, paying attention to when they should move forward and not striking unless they really think.
I mean, that's what it comes down to when you have 2 really defensive teams. Taking care of the opportunities that you get. And when you're playing very defensive, they're pretty minimal. Mocket has had a very small amount of mistakes, but it either is going to come in through one of those mistakes, or as we saw Devo do it, solo individual plays that are just ridiculous.
Game 4 here on DFH, where it is I think, reigning to an uncomfortably safe, like an unsafe degree. These people should not still be in the stands.
I mean, usually they call off soccer games when there's like thunder, and they're just like, we got cars.
Maybe eggs are immune to lightning. I don't know. Remco with the shot, the pass from Maestro. Northern Gaming picking up right where they left off, scoring early here in Game 4.
Lots of misdirection on this play as well, from one side of the field to the other. And then as Remco made that initial touch, he makes sure to get boost, rotates right back in, and sets himself up for a play. Fantastic job yet again. Northern Gaming just so self-aware of their own team.
12 seconds, all it took. Now Northern Gaming, earliest goal we've seen here in this series is the first goal has been coming in around the halfway line, the halftime line. But Diva will put that one on the backboard, uncontested. Fairy Peak popping that one high. No immediate movement from Maka as there was no immediate threat from Northern Gaming. Maka also looking to play defensive and keep going. It was working well in games 1 and 2, so they went to overtime. But Remco finding holes in the defense. Devo up, 2 players, 3 players committing from Mockett. And now Maestro will keep the pressure on. See Remco rotated, Maestro off the backboard by himself. And I don't think anyone on Mockett expected this shot.
No, dangerous position and a familiar situation for Northern Gaming. The last time these guys played in week 3, Mockett actually won the first game, and then they lost the following 3 to Northern Gaming, losing 3-1 in the series. Obviously, with this being a best of 7, we can't have that situation, but it's something about Northern Gaming that once they get going, they do not stop.
They were able to get that one through. There was a miss from Fairy Peak on the wall as well that enabled Maestro to put that goal in, but now up by 2 again. Last game, they shut out Mockett, 3-0. They're on course to do it again here. A nice pass into the box, but Mystic not able to take a shot as Maestro clears it away all the way back into the orange corner. That's 2 players from Mockett in the corner. As Mystic will try to pop this one over the top of Remco, who just waits patiently, allows Devo to move up, goes into the corner. And then Maestro keeping pressure on, tries to zone out Fairy Peak. Fairy Peak will make soft touches as a result. And just look at the patience right now from Northern Gaming, watching Mockett play. Maybe a bit too patient as this one's gotten all the way into the box, but now Remco and Devo with opportunities. They'll switch out for Maestro. Look at the zone plays, but Fairy Peak still gets the block there. Such great misdirection created by Maestro, weaving between Remco and Devo. And Mockett holds on. Very defensive game. Can Fairy Peak finish this one off? No, it'll go away. Devo getting the save. As these teams hold on here, 2-0 as we approach halftime in favor of Northern Gaming. They lead the series. Mystics. Oh no! Maestro returns the own goal here, and we've got Mockett on the board.
Oh, such a lucky break for Mockett. You see K-Dop get that and scoop it right off the wall, perfectly inside. Unfortunately, Mystic not ready for it, and that shot ends up hitting post, but it hits the inside and ends up bouncing and hitting him in the face, and it goes in his own net. Unfortunate, but paying off. Back within 1. We're almost halfway through this game number 4. As Northern Gaming tries to secure themselves on match point.
Maestro can, maybe find some solace in the fact that that first shot from Mystic I really feel like should have gone in. They're getting just barely robbed there by the post. So they will be not only down by 1 now. So Mockett has found a way to respond. They will not get shut out 2 games in a row. Good for Mockett. Fairy Peak with a nice shot, top upper 90. Mystic with a follow-up. They drew up 2 goalies. Don't make it a tie game.
Mockett doing a fantastic job of spreading out on the field. You see Fairy Peak take a shot here, but already waiting on the other side is Mystic, rotating correctly to that position, making sure that as soon as the shot comes out, he's there again to respond. And because of that misdirection, it's impossible to take and make a save and then land and get back to the other side immediately.
Well, Maestro, nice loft there off of kickoff. Remco will play this one underneath. The more experienced player, Devo, taking a shot as well, but Fairy Peak able to block that one away. The immediate quick aggression from Northern Gaming, trying to get this lead back. As Remco onto the backboard again. K-Dop will get this one. Spider defense holding on strong here for Mockett. And it'll be Fairy Peak over the top, uncontested. K-Dop with an opportunity will bounce back into the mid. Remco with the clear. So there's no immediate follow-up in the midfield. Maestro down to Remco. Good kill to get it past Mystic. It's just K-Dop in the back now as Fairy Peak tries to rotate around. K-Dop will buy him all the time he needs, but Devo picks it up. This passing plays the way that Northern Gaming slowly, methodically works this down the field to create opportunities, and now they've got the siege going. Fairy Peak to try and clear this one away, but Devo right back into the box. Remco lurks in the midfield. He'll go up for the pass to try and shoot, but does not make contact, and Mystic will be able to clear this one away. But Maestro, what a touch. Pinches all the way past all the Mockett defenders back into the corner in front of the box. Oh, and K-Dop You saw Maestro coming in like a tomahawk missile. And K-Dop able to push it away just in the nick of time. Still tied up as we approach the final minute.
Well, you want to talk about that siege. These guys going back and forth. There's so many shots able to be held off, and just in the nick of time. For K-Dop to come down and pinch that out just like last second effort is unbelievable, as Northern Gaming just keeps putting on this relentless pressure. Normally defensive, but gosh, do they know how to play offense too.
Mystic lofting that one high. Remco will take advantage of it, but K-Dop will have plenty of space to push this back down. Now it's Devo's turn to punt. K-Dop trying to slow this one down, goes for the pass to Fairy Peak. I thought Remco would be in the goal, but no, it was just Maestro in the back here, and the quick pass play from K-Dop gives Mocket the lead.
It's all because of that soft touch from K-Dop. It's a very familiar dribble move where when you're moving the ball, you hit it against the way that it's going and it pops the ball up. But rather than waiting for it to pop too hard, he immediately takes that slight hesitation and passes it really quick on the ground perfectly to his teammate who can take that shot inside. It causes a hesitation on defense, and Northern Gaming gets beat by it.
30 seconds left. Devo and Maestro both up in the air for that. Leaves just Remco in the back. The pass across the net is too fast for Mystic. Remco will put it back away. 18 seconds left to tie this one back up. Send us to overtime for a third game. And now Northern Gaming with the positioning they need. This is very doable here as Devo comes across, gets it onto the backboard. K-Dop will pop it down, but Remco with the shot into the net. Mystic clears it away. Remco to pass to Maestro. Oh, but he won't put it back in the direction of the box. And this one, you know, the Mocket should just let this one touch. Actually, they're going to keep it alive. It would actually be very interesting if Northern Gaming had been able to punish that touch. But Mocket Esports bouncing back here. 2 games apiece. Guaranteed at least a Game 6 here in our semifinals. And I've loved watching the way that both Northern Gaming and Mocket, you saw it there with the go-ahead goal. Rocket League is such a reactionary game, and both these teams playing very, very intentional, slowing down the pace, waiting for their teammates to move up for pass plays, and really looking to put together plays, not just take the shot that is given to them. They're creating these offensive opportunities. It's beautiful to watch.
Yeah, the only time you see these teams, especially like Northern Gaming and Mocket, go for that direct shot approach is to draw someone out on defense. There's too many goalies in the net, and we need to get someone out. I'm going to shoot it right after you, so you have to make that save. And in these situations, you saw it. And in a perfect example, K-Dop saw his teammate was available, but he's still so well respected as a dribbler. So what does he do? He does a combination of both. He pops it up, makes him bait out a little bit, keeps that hesitation on defense because he has to respect it, and then immediately passes it inside for that 1-2. It's fantastic, split-second decision-making, and it looks beautiful when it all comes together.
Yeah, and it's as a defender, it's the big challenge in Rocket League is being able to read your opponents, right? It's you're reacting to what you're thinking they're going to do. That's the only way you can really play defense. And so whenever there's a situation where you have the opportunity of he can dribble me, and I need to block that, or he can pass, it's so difficult. You basically just have to react to what you see him do. You can't predict what he's going to do. And so, see situations like that. Great play from Mocket. They get the lead back. We'll go to Game 5. One of these teams will take the lead in the series here in this game. So we move on to Urban Central.
All tied up, like you said. These guys fighting for a chance and a guaranteed spot in Season 4 League play. And a whole lot of money as we're all tied up. Both these guys fighting with it their all as the aggressive playstyle coming out from Northern Gaming.
Ooh, Remco. Actually bumps Fairy Peak. That bump on the Fairy Peak probably honestly helped him rotate back onto defense. Oh dear, Maestro misses that one. They're going to pinch. They're going to go for this one right now. Remco just hits his brakes, knows it in. Mocket knew the moment that Maestro whiffed that one in the midfield. You can see here in the replay, all of them just move forward. Oop, we got this one. Free shot. They'll put that one in. Mocket's on the board.
Very rare to see no one in net or no one back on defense for Northern Gaming, but fantastic job by K-Dop taking care of that opportunity. Just a big, long one. You're not going to see that too often. As they're up by 1, 30 seconds in this match. Again, goals happening a little bit earlier than we saw.
This time it's Mocket that strikes first. Mystic, the pass to Fairy Peak. Maestro will block this one. And the corner will try to dribble this one past the wall, but Mystic's there. Devo will miss as well. Now Remco off the sidewall. K-Dop towards the goal. Maestro needs to get airborne. Gets in the way just in the last moment. Able to clear that one away, and now Devo tries to bump Fairy Peak again. Manages to get the ball into the orange, but still, Mystic's positioning to try and push it out. Now Remco to Maestro. Driving this one towards the box. K-Dop down the field. Long clear again. Devo gets up just in time. Play that one away. It was wide anyways, but a good play to the side nonetheless. And Fairy Peak will try to put this one back into the box. It's Northern Gaming just trying to get out of their own half right now.
Well, that's one way to do it, but that pressure, meeting that at the midfield, well done by Mystic, who's been a huge proponent this game. Just getting up early, contesting it, and stopping that play from breaking up. It allows his entire team to go back and get boost. But as they poise up, a shot coming in, saved out, and then immediately cleared by Northern Gaming. But then again, slowing down the pace all over again.
Devo in the air. Ball go to the corner. Fairy Peak to carry past Maestro. Remco back into the corner now. He'll look to pass this one in the middle. Actually just took a shot towards upper 90. Good block by K-Dop. Good read. And now it's Mystic and Mocket up on the offense. Mystic going for the air carry threat. Almost pushes it through, but good block by Maestro. Good awareness by Northern Gaming not to send too many people on the defense. Remco will get up and let Maestro rotate in behind him, but just kind of pops it straight down. K-Dop takes the shot. Maestro, Remco bought him just enough time to get back to net and block that one, keeping the scoreline at just 1-0. And Northern Gaming now going to look to tie it up.
Devo needs to be really careful, though. He was rotating back and jumped in front of it as a last-ditch effort. That could have spelled trouble. We've seen too many times two people commit, and it pinches off your own team and goes in that net. He needs to make sure that he trusts his teammates, just gets back in the rotation, and then covers it in case he doesn't make the save.
K-Dop with an opportunity to set this one up easily. It's lofted high. Fairy Peak will get in the air. Misses contact, but so does Remco. That'll work out more in Northern Gaming's favor, as the ball will be in the orange corner. Now Fairy Peak past Devo. Remco with the shot towards the net. K-Dop clears it to the corner. Remco drops this one down to Maestro. Pass Mystic. Good setup, but he bumps into Remco on the regress. And Devo now in the back. They were probably looking to pass to Devo anyways, and he was so far back, there was just no play there. Remco misses on the wall. Maestro able to get it past Mystic, but K-Dop now with solo control all the way down to Mystic, who drops it down onto the hood of Devo. They'll rotate back out of this. 150 left to go. Still Northern Gaming looking for their first goal in game number 5. The win of this game will take the lead in the series, and we'll have match point as well. So this game, a very critical game 5 here.
It's unbelievable to see as well how well these guys are getting mechanically, as Maestro has an option, not able to get the shot. But you saw Mystic, when he played that down, actually came off the ceiling. Benefit being that when you do that and you just drop with natural gravity, it allows you to still use that second jump whenever needed. Just gives you more options, but still a crazy mechanic these guys are starting to work into the repertoire.
Ooh, Remco to Maestro. Pass was on point, but slow enough that it was easily blocked by Mocket. Now Devo over to Remco. Fairy Peak pass, Devo on the side. Fairy Peak's winning out the 50-50s right now. This is working out in Mocket's favor. K-Dop shop is wide. Try to bump Remco. Gets it out to Maestro. They'll play this one down the field, but Mystic easily picks that one up off the strong touch from Maestro. Now K-Dop to try and play it through. Devo and Maestro on the side. Shot towards the net. Remco cannot make contact. Mystic beats him to it. Final 38 seconds here. Game number 5. Mocket with the lead. Mystic trying to pinch it through. Nearly does it. Now Remco to carry this one off the ceiling. Dropping it to Devo. He has an opportunity of a shot. Does not take it as Fairy Peak on the wall. Clears it away. And Maestro Remco. They're just trying to keep the ball away from Mocket right now. Keep their opportunities alive to score as they'll dribble this one past their own net. Back up the side. K-Dop into the middle. Maestro with an opportunity. Plays it past another one. And it'll be Mocket in the back. Remco the loft. Can Devo drop this one through? It does not go in. Final countdown. They just need one goal to create overtime. They've gotten a buzzer beater already this series, but Fairy Peak in the air so much earlier than Remco. Plays it all the way back to the corner. The kill from Mystic. It'll loft high, but this is hard work for Northern Gaming to get this one down. They've got it out to midfield, but can they keep it alive? No. That'll mock it. It'll just back off. Let it die. They'll take the lead in the series.
Northern Gaming did a really good job as well. Talk about maintaining possession. Sometimes it's okay to go back towards your own net. The only issue with going up and over your net in that circumstance is, one, any bad mistake that's going in the middle and it's dangerous. Two, it's super telegraphed. I can see exactly where you're going, but the difference with Northern Gaming is the precision they take. He carries that all the way around the corner. He's able to then dribble it back inside and beat that defender that's approaching. That's stuff that you only see at this top tier level. It's unbelievable from these two teams.
Yeah, and Mocket doing a much better job holding onto ball control. The only player to break more than 180 points on any side of the ball was K-Dop, who got up to 320. So well done by him, maintaining a lot of ball control here, and only 3 shots from Northern Gaming, where we've seen pretty even shots across the board. We had 8 from Mocket and only 3 from Northern. They really did struggle to find any sort of real good offensive opportunities. Mocket locking down their defense here.
Well, a lot of it has to do, so Northern Gaming, we saw at the very beginning, was was basically just assuming, like, okay, they're going to come into this play, and we know he doesn't have an opportunity, so they just wait it out, and that's when they would counterattack. You see the difference in Northern Gaming in these last couple of games. They are very much so respecting Mocket's offense. They're contesting everything. They're making sure to get in the face of these guys because they just don't want to leave it to risk anymore. It's not possible. Like, you can't let KDOP play solo. It's not a good idea.
And you see that Northern Gaming, they were scoring off of defensive mistakes. So Mocket really locking down their defense here, able to get 2 wins in a row. And now in Game 6, a win here for Mocket sends them to the finals. And Northern Gaming, a win here sends us to Game 7, the decisive Game 7. Be our second of the day.
Wouldn't be surprised to see it either.
I felt like the first series went to 7 games just because we had that like 4-minute overtime.
In my head, it did.
Yeah. EU so even here in the playoffs. Devo will take a shot. Fairy Peak, KDOP, and Mystic all committing to that, but it was the final shot in the offensive rotation for Northern Gaming, so they will be able to get a free pass on that mistake. Maestro clears this one away. KDOP looking, watching for an opportunity. We'll try to get past Remco, but he gets it past him. Winning the 50-50. Now Devo out to Maestro to Remco. The quick transition play. Nobody really in a good position on defense. Remco should be able to shoot this one. He'll put it towards the net, but KDOP able to clear it away. So the shot was soft. And now Devo out to Maestro. Another opportunity. They'll drop in another soft one, but Mystic will clear it. This time, Remco finishes it off. Northern Gaming scores first.
This Northern Gaming team trying and pulling out all the stops to make sure they can force these guys out of net. Maestro hitting that with the underside of his card, kills all momentum, so when they jump up for that hit, it hits a weird angle, and then yet again, very soft cleared, not out of the way of the net. Eventually those rotations are going to break down, and you see this Northern Gaming team put on that pressure.
Yeah, many soft shots, but we saw many opportunities, like 3 different shots from Northern Gaming there that had double commits from Mocket on the defense. Those sorts of defensive mistakes is exactly what Northern Gaming has been abusing all series long. And when we saw Mocket pretty much ironing out, in the last game, they need to be able to keep that going. KDOP down the field, Devo to put it away, and now Maestro to try and shoot it through. Remco over to the side. It'll be KDOP with the shot. Devo clearing that one away just in time. A nice shot from KDOP. Devo able to save 3 people sitting back on the goal line for Northern Gaming right now as they'll try to push out. It's Maestro alone, kind of a 1-2 right now on formation. KDOP put that one back, but just no follow-up from Fairy Peak. Remco will loft it in the middle. Mocket will try to pick up that clear, shoot it away. Remember, the important thing about clears is where you place them, not just how strong they are. Fairy Peak to take the shot. Remco with the save. The shot was dead center. A relatively easy save and clear, but the pace on it making it impressive nonetheless. Now Fairy Peak to Mystic. 2:49 left to go in this game. Northern Gaming leading by 1 after dropping 2 games in a row. They're going to look to tie this series up and send it to Game 7.
Well, you're starting to see Northern Gaming go back on that offense. First thing they do, look for boost deny, looking for the opportunity to set up a play yet again as Devo, I don't know how he got past that in the dunk. What are you doing, Devo?
The dunk at the midfield with accuracy to boot. He'll put this one past one and then dunk this one still in the air. Did not touch the ground in between. Puts that in. That's Devo for you, ladies and gentlemen. 2-0 for Northern Gaming.
Talking about getting up and putting the body in the way. I thought he actually got bumped on that initial aerial, but he's just able to squeak past, but then following up and landing perfectly. Devo, you are the answer for this Northern Gaming team.
Devo on the side, plays it past KDOP. Mystic will pick up the pass and take a shot towards the net. Remco saves that one just barely, keeping that one away. Kind of a mistake from Devo as he lofted it straight, but here comes the follow-up shot. Now Mock going to try and put on the pressure. Mystic will be up again. This Fairy Peak will fall back, allow KDOP to move up. And they'll keep this rotation going on the offense. Now there's a mistake from Mystic. This will give space to Northern Gaming to put it back onto the backboard. Remco in the air, drops another soft touch, and Maestro in. What a read from Maestro, knowing exactly where that save was going to put the ball and finishing it off. 3-0 Northern Gaming.
This entire Northern Gaming team on the save wavelength.
Hey, I've got those.
That's kind of your name. But the way they played that, as soon as that ball was touched, he goes up and he's like, all right, my teammate's going to be below me, so I'm going to play this softly back. And even before that happens, the last man back is like, all right, I need to be there to follow up this hit in case it doesn't go in. Just the 1, 2, 3, these guys all on that same page, and it is looking fantastic.
We see Northern Gaming playing as they did in Game 3, responding well. Putting up a lot of goals here unresponded to. Mystic on the side will try to dribble this one down, dribble it around. Nice loft into the middle. Fairy Peak to try and push it through, but Remco 50-50s him in the air. This one will loft at the midfield line. Remco up to play this one down to Devo. Open net. He'll just watch that in. He'll actually doink it in. He probably, honestly, I think that was a good goal secure, as he definitely saw Fairy Peak coming in.
I mean, that angle from Remco was perfect, and there was no one who was going to save that. Devo came in and got that demo. No chance.
I don't know, man. The ball wasn't going very fast. I think it was good for Devo to touch that.
You tell what yourself that Devo wants to hear, all right?
Okay.
Remco had that goal. It was a beautiful touch.
Good job, Devo. You go, man. Devo plays one out to Remco. The pass, oh, Remco's not in the air, but double commit again from Mocket. A team that's been playing pretty cleanly on the defense. It's rough to see them over-committing here. They have to sort that one out. Is exactly how Northern Gaming is punishing them right now. As Devo will play this one high. Remco, open net again, just draws out 2 defenders. Easy shot, 5-0 right now for Northern Gaming.
Well, in the last series, these guys played against each other like we mentioned in week 3. Devo and Remco were the big 2. Maestro had to sit back. He had kind of a rough week, but none of them seem to be off, really. They're all getting involved. It's just Maestro isn't leading the charge like he used to in his MVP week in week 5. He's just kind of playing patient. He's like, all right, yeah, you guys just do what you want.
That's the thing that makes the backboard passes so deadly, is that the position you set yourself up with the ball is sort of the same as you would set up for a shot. Right, so it makes it very difficult to know what you do. And you see both players there trying to block the shot from Devo, but he just puts it onto the backboard knowing Remco will be there to finish it off. Really smart plays, as they have a substantial lead now in game number 6. 30 seconds remaining, down by 5. There's no comeback happening here from Mocket. Game 7 inbound. And it's just appropriate. Can they get one more in here for style points? Can it be the goal that breaks the camel's back?
I mean, Devo was trying to style on him. He was dribbling, going for fakes.
Might as well, right? You got the win easily in the bag. And we'll go to another. We have had nothing. Game 6 is the shortest series we've had so far, and that one even felt like it went to Game 7. Europe so close right now. The winner of Game 7 will secure a berth into the finals and a spot in Season 4. Northern Gaming and Mocket, it all comes down to this.
You Rocket League really knows how to do it. I just want to point out,
this is the first time I've seen a team celebrate in like forever.
Yeah, they usually
never do that.
They're just like, they just strike a pose.
Yeah, they just stand there.
Without like
they strike the default pose.
They're like, strike it, just don't move.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, we won the game, and then just come back like this. It's like, good, you won. You can dance, you know that, right? You know you can press buttons. They're like, nah.
We definitely can't dance. We've already proven that before.
Dude, if you just like popped up into the flip right now, I would lose my mind. That would be amazing. But Game 7.
I'll work on that for you.
This has been so back and forth, okay? Yeah. We saw Mocket win game number 1, then Northern wins games 2 and 3, and then Mocket wins games 4 and 5. Now we have a Game 6 going in favor of Northern Gaming. The pattern here indicates that Northern will win because it's gone 1, then 2, 2, 2 would be what it would be. But I don't know right now.
And it's 1, 2, 2, 1.
And I'm frustrated.
That's too many games.
It's frustrating to me because Mocket had such strong defense in games 4 and 5, and we saw Northern just having so much trouble breaking through anything, and then it just falls apart in game 6 as we see so many double commits and triple commits to things, and Northern Gaming just completely just obliterates that, just moves straight through everything, gets all the goals they need. I have no idea what's going to happen in Game 7.
I mean, you called it after Game 3. Games are going to be super close. Then out of nowhere, we're going to see like a 6-0. Yep. Close enough, 5-0. But it's what this game is about. It's all about adapting and changing your kind of a play style. And I mean, Northern Gaming did it perfectly. They slowed it down. They controlled the pace. They made sure, like, rather than forcing shots, he's like, okay, my teammate's up here with me. I'm going to be unselfish. I'm going to pass it off.
Sure.
And those kind of plays, when you get your team involved, are just so difficult to stop.
Right, and keeping that intentional play, as we were talking about earlier, very, very important here to this match. But it did feel to me like the difference between games 5 and 6 was just Mocket deciding we're not going to trust each other on defense. And
they were celebrating
prematurely, maybe?
Yeah, they were just like sitting there in stone style, not doing anything.
Now Mystic needs to carry this one away. Rough touches there. K-Dub will bail him out, but Devo puts it back into the box. Remco in to try and take a shot. Blocked away by Fairy Peak, and it'll be K-Dub on the side wall, uncontested. Out to Mystic. Passes down to midfield. Fairy Peak in to take a shot. Good coordination from Mocket on offense, but no cigar as the shot is easily blocked by Devo. Was not on target anyways. It'll be Northern Gaming now, trying to push out of their own half. It's the first minute and 6 seconds here. It'll come and go quietly for the first time in like 3 games.
Yeah, a lot of early goals, but you can tell these guys, usually when there's this much pressure on the line, they send out kind of those, like in first game we get those early feelers where these guys are trying to see like what's going to happen. In this case, it's not that the feelers are going out, it's just they're playing so passive and so defensive because they don't want to make those big mistakes. Because everything is on the line right now. Whoever wins, I mean, that's a guaranteed spot for Season 4. That means so much. Not having to go through open qualifiers. Just time to really solidify and work on what's important for a team.
And to have a guaranteed spot in the LAN and in Season 4 means so much to the players. It's so easy to relax and not have to worry about whether you'll get the opportunity to be a professional Rocket League player. You can just relax and just play your game. It means a lot to orgs, too, to have a guaranteed spot in a Premier League like this. So everything to play for here, and also the opportunity to play for the championship. Remco making a case for Northern Gaming right now. They want to go back for a second season in a row.
Beautiful shot, playing that up to himself. Devo gonna get that touch, so I don't know how he read that off the ceiling. Remco pinched that, it went flying to the right side, almost at the very top. But that extra touch, going off the ceiling and playing that back inside, just a quick 1-2 pass. These guys in the heads of each other.
That was a beautiful, beautiful shot from Remco. Pass plays, oh, here's a dangerous opportunity. Maka could punish easily, get that tie game, but that moment will now pass, and Northern Gaming has another opportunity. So I'll put this one into the corner. Good clear from K-Dop, wrap that one around. Devo will get there before Fairy Peak. Now Mystic up to the offensively positioned Fairy Peak. Remco will interrupt. K-Dop meets it on the wall. Back and forth right now. Oh my goodness, 2 touches there. Mystic had an opportunity. Fairy Peak with another shot. It goes high. That was the best opportunity they've had all game. And Northern Gaming now will push this one back out. Remco to try and get it past Mystic. He'll shut that one down, but you gotta be hurting for Maka. They needed to capitalize on that and tie it up.
When you have that many shot opportunities and you miss both just wide.
That was close. Devo missing on the wall. I figured he'd get it.
Well, Mystic did a good job there, getting up in front, settling that back down, giving Maka another chance. But there it is again, just throwing away possession. These shots, we talked about how being unselfish and passing it to your teammates and not forcing things. Fairy Peak literally just hit it right at the guy on the ground. It's just like, all right, I'm out. I'm going to go get boost later.
Just handing over ball control. It's not what you want to do at all. I mean, that is generally how defensive games go. Right now, you need that offensive pressure from Mocket. 154 is left in this game, and it could be the difference between you make it into Season 4 or not. It's Northern Gaming hold on to this lead. They will take the win again. Remco trying to push that one through. Now Maestro out to Devo, open net. He misses the touch. Fairy Peak and K-Dop will sort themselves out and try to move this one down. There's only one in the back right now for Mocket, or for Northern Gaming, as Fairy Peak tries to shoot this one around, does it all himself. He did not give it to Mocket. I think the pass play might have worked out better for them there, but they'll still get it through. Mocket will tie it up in Game 7.
Way to get creative on this one. You see Mystic come through and get that demo from Devo, who had the clear against K-Dop. But because of that, he's able to basically rescue him. K-Dop gets a play, and that one-on-one situation, no, 1-on-2. He's going to play it right through the middle and tie it up.
They've tied it up.
Number 7.
125 left to go. Basically just a game of Rocket League that's 1 minute and 25 seconds long at this point. Devo with the shot. Woo. We saw him make shots like that in the last game from the midfield. That one just going wide of the goal. He'll hang in the back. Watch this challenge, K-Dop. Goes past Fairy Peak, good speed on the ball. So break up the offensive rotation for just a moment, but the miss from Devo down the ground after the touch from Remco. Put it away. Final minute of Game 7. At this point, with how low scoring these games have been, especially when it gets this late at this low of a scoring game, I think it's safe to say next goal could be the deciding factor here. Could win the game and birth you straight in to Season 4. Devo cannot get that one through K-Dop. Remco's touch is soft. Maestro will play this one up. Devo in the air, trying to 50-50 Fairy Peak. It'll go over to the side. Now wrapping around, final 30 seconds. Mocket on offense. A goal for the championship to try and have an opportunity to be the North America, or to be the European champion rather. Maestro downfield. For team, they're playing a lot of ping pong right now. Neither team wanting to be the team that makes the mistake. Fairy Peak to loft this one. Mystic in the air will push it through. It goes in with 9 seconds left. Mocket has the lead in Game 7.
Slowing down that pace of control. You see Fairy Peak with the perfect placement. He puts the shot to make that defender think that he has to go up and make that save. Not taking the risk. Goes up, draws him out of the net, and then the follow-up right in front.
9 seconds remaining for Northern Gaming. Can they pull it off? Devo misses in the air. It's not a good start as the time will fall down. Mocket will just let the clock wind down. And now they have to keep it in the air. Fairy Peak will slam this one down. Mocket Esports going to the finals, and Northern Gaming will have to play in the qualifiers next season.
So close for Northern Gaming, but Mocket, the way they settle it, that slow pace, that controlling it, the decision making. You saw K-Dop on that corner as well. As soon as they were going to clear that out in that corner, K-Dop goes up on the wall and he's like, okay, I'm going to back up just a little bit more, and then contest it, plays it back inside. And that constant decision making finally works out for Mocket as they're able to break through that defense of Northern Gaming.
Both teams decided we have to play so safe. This has been such a defensive series. Defense defined it. Let's hole up. Let's not make any mistakes. And then you see Mocket press up with the two-man offensive, get it through both defenders, get the goal, and get the win. They will play in the championships later on today, and they will play guaranteed in Season 4. So good news for all the Mocket fans out there. But that will do it for us over here at the booth. We'll send it back over to the desk. Axel, toss to you.
Thank you, Wave Punk and Lawler. Wow, this day keeps getting better, I suppose. Another best-of-7 series going all the way to 7 games, and Mocket actually taking out Northern Gaming. Honestly, I think Mocket, perhaps a bit of a surprise of the day with how they're doing, getting all the way to the grand finals. It's not like it's been an easy road either, but all the way to 7 games, taking out Northern Gaming. What a series there, guys.
Taking down the #1 seed. I didn't think Mocket would start winning yet. I was waiting for land, but now they're looking like one of the best teams in Europe. They took down probably the best team in Europe with Northern Gaming there, and it was an extremely close series. Could have went either way. We had 2 overtimes to start it off. And Northern had 2 blowouts as well, but they just couldn't finish it off in Game 7.
Yeah, 5 of the games coming down to just 1 goal separating them. And then you said it though, Northern Gaming had some pretty big wins, 5-0, 3-0. They shut out Mocket, but Mocket in the final seconds came up big, Mystic scoring that final goal.
I think it's truly a testament just to how close these guys are in competitive skill level in Rocket League, especially in the European region, that we're seeing in RLCS. Out of 21 possible games, I believe, so far, we've seen 20 games because of how close all of these teams have been. But let's take another look at that one in the form of the Mobile One High Performance replay to see exactly how Northern Gaming fell to Mocket, again, all the way to Game 7.
And Northern Gaming, they outscored Mocket 14-9 throughout this series, but they find a way, Mocket and Mystic, a late game heroics in Game 7 versus his former teammates. K-Dop was performing pretty well. Fairy actually pretty quiet during the series. Didn't do as much as we saw earlier today, but it was still just enough for them to get the win here.
But you said it, Mystic getting that final goal. He completed his revenge against Northern Gaming, who even after a good performance at the World Championship in Season 2, dropped him in favor of Devo. Well, guess what? He comes back with this new Mocket squad teaming with Fairy and K-Dop and takes out his old team, just showing them how valuable he really was.
And just clutch wins for Mocket. Like you said, 5 games were just 1 goal, 4 of those for Mocket there. So big wins for them, huge series for them. But Northern Gaming at the same time, they've played now for 3rd or 4th. Plus, they won't have Maestro for LAN, so now they're going to be in a tougher spot when they have to go to the LAN in one of those first-round matchups.
And also Mocket securing their spot in Season 4 of the Rocket League Championship Series. Huge win for them. But let's take another look at the bracket to keep everyone up to date. If you're just now joining us, these are all best-of-7s, single elimination. In Round 1, we saw Mocket take out Gale Force, and they continued their winning ways, taking out Northern Gaming to be your first team in the grand final of the European Regional Championships. Meanwhile, Flipside, the game of history in Rocket League. Flipside taking out Resonant just barely, all the way to overtime in Game 7. And that's going to be the next match we're going to see, Flipside Tactics against the Leftovers. So pretty nice looking bracket there, guys.
Yeah, Flipside trying to defend their European title. Northern Gaming, this is the first time they won't be top 2 as well. So they're still fighting for 3rd or 4th down the bottom.
Yeah, and honestly, even though Northern Gaming fell short to Mocket here, they still have a chance in the World Championship. Whoever wins the World Championship also gets a spot. So it's important that they keep their hopes up. Even though they're going to be playing with Turbo Pulsa, they still have a chance to secure a Season 4 bid.
And to be fair, I think they just want to win Worlds instead.
Yeah,
of,
why not?
Yeah. I mean, like, if you win World Championships, I think that's good enough.
Yeah,
but they'll take a Season 4 spot too.
All right, well, huge congrats to Mocket advancing not only the grand final, but again, securing their spot in Season 4 of the Rocket League Championship Series. But it's time to take a break. But when we come back, we got Flipside Tactics returning to the pitch. This time, they're going to be playing against the Leftovers, a team that barely came together before the season started, but one of the top teams in the European region, without a doubt. What's going to happen? A best of 7. We're going to find out next.